Hey, Sparkles Jeremy or the Monster Line. It's me, Sparkles there, coming to a video. In this video, I am going to be doing 4 characters from Multiverse of Madness as dragons. So without further ado, let's roll intro, let's get into this video, and let's go. Like and subscribe if you enjoy this video. Let's just say that these 4 dragons are going over today are all weird, powerful, and completely and utterly just plain out strong in their own rights. First off, we have the Souls of the Damned. Souls of the Damned Zombie Strange Javerne. Or the Zombies of Strange Javerne for short. This drake in particular, well, dragon actually, it is made up of a regular strange dragon, well, Javerne, and, well, the reason why it's classified as a Javerne and not a dragon is because of the shadow arms coming out of its, the back, right in front of the wings, and also the, arms coming below the jaw. A Javerne has, well, come in the shape of a true dragon with an extra appendage. It can come out of anywhere. Center of the back, right with the wings, intersecting the wings, other pair of legs, another tail. Well, has to be 2 other tails. But let's just say that there's multiple different types of Javernes. This one in particular comes out of the head. It is a very strong, fast, and nimble dragon, even though its wings are very, very torn. This is due to really due to a lot of flying, and also due to getting into fights with a lot of creatures. These are mostly awoken whenever someone is dreamwalking. Dreamwalking is a spell that allows people to be in a different place without being there. They take over a dead dragon or dead creature, whatever's nearby. Depending on the strength of their soul, it correlates to the strength of the dragon. And some people are strong enough to completely make a dead, strange Javerne, well, in this case, yeah, Javerne, their bench. So, yeah, it really ain't pretty for what this thing can do. Usually, when people dreamwalk into this type of dragon, its soul and the souls of other dragons nearby all harass the person until they are able to actually either A, manage to tame the creatures, or B, how do you say, go insane and die from it. Yeah, trust me when I say it isn't pretty. But overall, these creatures are mostly friendly and helpful. And the interesting fact about them is that once the person stops dreamwalking, depending on how long they've been in there for, like a day or a few hours, it takes a few hours to a day to at least allow the dragon to have some of its consciousness back. So, yeah, that's all for this one. Next. The second dragon is a drake. This drake in particular is, how do you say, a relatively interesting breed. It's known as the fantastical all-seeing stretch drake, or the fantastical stretch drake for short. These things are known to stretch their body out over long distances. And when I say long, I mean drastically huge distances. They can stretch their body for around a mile at least. And some record instances of going up to all the way to 5 miles. Not to mention they can even grow their snout that big. So, yeah. And they mostly use it to help them traverse large areas easily. They are sometimes closely related to the plastic stretch drake, but there is a fine line between the two. Now, overall, they are strong and they are fast, but their scales and defense are not all that well, because not just that they can turn their body into rubber, but it's a simple type of spell that can, well, temporarily deactivate this ability. So they rely on their intellect to actually, in order to outsmart most of the creatures. They have well beyond human levels of intelligence. So yeah, and I've met one that's actually a rare shapeshifter for a human. Yeah, I know all dragons are shapeshifters, but almost a very few can actually shapeshift into a human and retain the form as long as they want. So, yeah, it's a rare occasion, but it's possible. This person was kind enough to show me their powers that they can use in human form. The difference between a human, a dragonoid, and a shapeshifter dragon is that dragonoids, how do you say, well, let's just say that they don't really have the best of tempers at times, whereas true dragons have full control over, or shapeshifter true dragons have full control over their temper, whereas dragonoids have a pretty nasty temper depending on the breed. I keep forgetting them. Domestic black dragons have some of the worst tempers. Well, dragonoids have some of the worst tempers, even though they're extremely rare. But they are very able to adapt. And when I say that some of them are actually knights, I'm not kidding. Let's move on to the next one, shall we? Moving on to the third one, we have the Star Portal Punching Drake, or the Star Portal Drake. This drake in particular looks relatively similar to your regular drake, but let's just say that they have a few different abilities. Like the name suggests, Star Punching Drakes, or Star Portal Drakes, have the ability to, well, punch a portal into whatever area they want. They are very adept and very smart, although they are also known to travel dimensions and shapeshift relatively easily. Now, some of the shapeshifting instances have resorted in some relatively, nasty side effects for whoever has to travel with them. The creatures that travel with them are sometimes, well, on one occasion, the shape-shifting, well, one of the strange Javernes I told y'all about, when it was still alive, didn't dreamwalk into a instance of the Souls of the Damned strange Javerne. It was actually able to, grow third eye later, but they traveled with them for a while, with one of these dragons for a while, and they ended up, well, breaking apart, reforming, and nearly hurling a few times. Believe me, when they told me about this adventure, and I could tell on their face that they did not enjoy it whatsoever. But as their job to make sure the person is perfectly fine, they had to go with them. So, I somewhat feel sorry for the person. But, hey, all I can say is that it can be a pain to deal with a dragon like that. And as for the Star Punching Portal Drake, it can, well, like I mentioned earlier, jump dimensions relatively easily. And it mostly has the ability to adeptly shapeshift into whatever form of life is most common in that world. Sometimes it's a dragon, and sometimes it's a human. I've actually met one named America Chavez that was from a relatively peaceful area. Well, relatively peaceful dimension that was actually born in this world, was taken into that dimension to make sure it would stay safe, because back in a few years ago, these dragons were pretty much near extinct, where nowadays they're pretty rare still, but you can still find them pretty much every part of the world. She came back to visit and left with the strange Javerne I told you about earlier, to hopefully defeat another dragon I'm going to talk about later. Not today, some other time. Let's move on, shall we? And now for the last one is the Noir all-seeing silent bolt of wyvern, or the Noir silent bolt. These are a species of wyvern that are, like the name suggests, silent. The Noir silent bolts are very fast and very strong. Their strength and their durability is quite hard to match compared to some other dragons, but some dragons have actually been able to best them in a fight. Now, almost all dragons fear them because of one fact: their voice, or in some cases, their roar. Even the smallest roar can level a good-sized town. And when I say good size, I mean like a whisper. They're able to level a small town with a whisper. Yeah, you do not want to know that. They're also very silent when flying, and they're also very fast while flying, hence the name Noir Silver Bolt. Some people have called them the Black Bolts because they're very flat, but they're very fast. And most of their flesh is black, but that's besides the point. They mostly are able to fly at hypersonic speeds, roar, and pretty much just be quiet. I've had one of the stronger ones from a let's just say that America Chavez, the person I told you about, was actually I've already told you they were a true dragon in disguise. And, a dragon in disguise. And let's just say that, yeah, things did not really end out all that well. But, one of the stronger of the Noir Noir silent bolts died during a fight with a dragon. Well, with a more human-ish form of dragon. This dragon was trying to find its kids, which it created. It's a very strong reality warping dragon. And it can also shapeshift very fluently and looks nearly fully human except for the eyes. And, their razor-sharp claws on their hands. But, and that, for the record, is known as the Scarlet Witch Javerne, or the Scarlet Javerne for short. And, it's a very rare species. Let's talk about that one next time. Well, I hope everyone enjoyed today's video, because I'm afraid that's a little to mark out for today. Until next time, though, subscribe to the Jonas Podcast to me, or Demos Alliance. Goodbye, and peace out, everyone.